All right, everybody. This is my new sweatsuit. I love it very much. It's covered in real Swarovski crystals all over. And it's really shiny at night. It catches the light. So it's really cool. I don't know what the brand is. Let me see. It's Young People's Privilege, I think. I think that's what it is. Something like that. Blank. YPB blank. If you're curious. But yeah, it's like a sweatsuit, so I was feeling it today. It's a holiday color. And yeah, I just got it, so I'm pretty happy about that. It was a really good find. So today I'm coming back after a long break, and I figured now is probably a good time to kind of share my lore, if you will. It's not necessarily something that I want to wear as like a badge or anything like that, but I feel like because I have all of this information that I'm trying to like teach people and like help people, it would be beneficial. Oh, there was just a hummingbird. That's so weird. It's cool. Maybe it was a drone. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh my gosh, there it is again. It's like in a tree. What was I saying? Now I'm getting confused. Oh yeah. So like I remember when I was teaching, I used to teach middle school and I loved it. If you have ever seen my personal Instagram, and sometimes I think like on my LinkedIn too, like you can see pictures of my classroom, and I love that classroom so much. I had 8 kitchens. It was like a really open floor plan, and I had like a really cool pantry, like walk-in pantry where like all the extra like teacher-only stuff was, like all the really sharp knives and stuff like that, and the washer and dryer. Like I had a washer and dryer in my room. Like very grateful for that room. I don't want to get into why I wasn't at that school, why I'm not at that school anymore. But I loved it, and after I left that school, I took about a month off to like move everything into storage and like get rid of stuff, and then I moved to Australia. So that was 2019. I moved to Australia during the summer of like our school years. But Australia is opposite. So when I moved to Australia, it was technically their winter. But because I was coming from Seattle, it still felt like summer to me because their winters are still like 50 degrees. Like that's like the coldest it'll get, and it doesn't rain like that much, so it doesn't like you can be outside in like a hoodie like all the time. Just like what I find the most comfortable, if you guys have noticed, like I like to wear hoodies. I like to wear like cardigans and stuff like that. I don't know why I'm talking about this. Anyways, so I moved to Australia, and I think I told you guys like I had a lot of synchronicities when I moved to Australia, and that's kind of what started me on this journey. Because before I moved to Australia, I was convinced that I was like a damaged person and there was something wrong with me that was going to hinder my progress in life for the rest of my life. And basically like being someone that likes to like set goals and like act like real goals, not like, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds, but like, you know, like I'm gonna move to Australia type shit. So if I can't do that, like if I lose my freedom or I lose my ability to like provide for myself, it'll cut off that opportunity, right? And so I think I've said before, and like I don't really like calling myself this anymore, because the more I'm learning, the more I'm growing, the more I realize that people just don't know what they're talking about in the traditional medical field. Like they're missing like a 5th dimension, and that's just one level. Like 4th dimension is technology, in my opinion. Like That's what I believe. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Like, I have a lot of information here about computers and just like that realm of like the invisible known. But it's not spiritual. So, and then obviously fifth dimension is like the spiritual aspect, which literally every sentient being on the planet has. And for some reason in our world right now, most people don't teach that you have the ability to tap into your sentient abilities, like your sentient functions, I should say. Like abilities is like one of those things where like it seems like it's like a superhero, right? And you're gonna be able to like levitate or something, which like apparently is possible, right? Like let's be real, people can levitate. There's a lot of history of people levitating, whoever actually it's like something that you can train, like stretching a lot. And you guys see, like I don't stretch very much, I don't stretch very hard. I like to do things that are gonna like keep my body like flexible enough to move around and like do weird stuff, but like I'm not really trying to like become like a ballerina or some shit. Like it would be cool if I could do like more like handstand poses and stuff, but right now I'm still just trying to get a handstand, so it's not really on my radar. I forget why I was saying that. Let me start stretching. I was thinking that I hadn't started stretching. Oh, Zoe. She's so freaking cute. I feel so lucky to have this dog. Like, I don't think you guys understand, but this is a manifestation story. When I was little, I think I was in like elementary school, like 3rd grade or something like that. I went to the dollar store or like one of those cheap, like, you know, little flea market stores, and they had a keychain of a Westie dog, and I wanted it, and I was like, this is the dog I'm gonna have him. Like, and I carried it around for like a year, and then I like ended up losing it. Honestly, I don't think I lost anything. I think like I would save certain things, and then my mom would decide that like I didn't need it anymore, or my little sister would take it and like use it, which was like now. Anyways, so I'm sitting here trying to explain. I need to turn this off. I don't want to get too close. Oh, but I do want to have something on. I am sitting in between my feet right now, but my butt is like a ½ inch off the ground, so I'm not like fully sitting. I wonder how long that was on. Damn, I totally missed it. I hope that this doesn't get flagged. Because like, truly and honestly, I have these noise canceling headphones on because I feel like I'm getting like more distracted lately with like different things, and it has that like sound whatever where it like makes it like the white noise kind of sound. So I wasn't really paying attention to this, but I do want to put something good on. Let me stretch my seating. Is it weird that birds paranoid me now? Like, not in like a bad way. Like, I love birds. Like, whenever there's birds outside, like I always hang out with them, or like will feed them if I can. And like, the only time I've ever been afraid of something flying, I was like walking around it felt like I was walking around in a fucking zoo, honestly. But it was like a botanical park that was freaking massive. Like, I was not prepared, and I got lost, and it got dark, and it like connected to the opera house. I was in Sydney, and it connected to the opera house, and I had to like, I was like, oh, I might as well just walk to the opera house. Like, it's right there, you know. I don't have to worry about like reparking my car. But it was a distance, so I was like, whatever. Like, it's a pretty park. Like, this will be nice. And I was like following the trail. But the trail wasn't like a direct shot. It was like a tour around this big ass like windy park. And it was big, like bigger than a football, well, obviously bigger than a football field, but like, I don't know. I want to say it had to be at least 2 blocks long. No, it was longer than that, because it took me forever to get, it was like, it had to be like 10 blocks long. And it was wide as fuck too. So I was like going through this thing, and it was nice at first, but then like when I got back from the opera house, which I couldn't even like watch anything because I wasn't prepared. Like, I just like walked up and I was like, oh, it's right here. And I took a really good yoga video of me doing a headstand, and I was so proud. And then somehow it got deleted, and I didn't know until I got back home, and I was like, well, I do that a lot. But anyways, I'm like walking through this big ass park, and I kid you not, a fucking bat with a wingspan as long as mine, like, comes out of nowhere, out of the trees, and like kind of like swoops on me a little bit. Like, it was like this, and it was probably like at least like 15 feet away from me, but it was close enough for me to like feel that it was there, you know. And I don't remember it making like a loud sound, but I know I heard it. Like, it wasn't like an intimidating sound, obviously, I would remember. But that was the first time I've ever seen a bat. And Australia's on steroids. Like, everything over there, as far as like critters, are bigger. Like, obviously the spiders, you guys seen the huntsman, but like, and I never saw a huntsman in real life, so let's be clear about that. I would probably freak out. Yes, I feel like those people live like in the bush, like in the actual bush, for that to happen. Because I lived in Melbourne, I lived in St. Kilda, right next to the beach, and like the little carnival, like amusement park thing. And it was all city, all concrete, all new construction. Like, my studio was completely redone. It was like a building on top of like it was like a 7-Eleven and like a convenience store. Like, it wasn't really like a convenience store. It was like kind of like one of those like Euro places that like also sold like snacks. And then there was literally a fucking club. And then when I first moved there, the club was fire. It was so fire. And then there was like 2 doors down was like finer restaurants, and then there was this comedy bar that I fucking loved. And I found out that like a lot of the comedians were actually like in the force of some sort, and so that made it like way more grim, and it was funny, and they would always call me out, and they were always really nice to me. They always gave me free drinks, and they were like, oh, well, why do you think they called your hockey team the Kraken? And I was like, water. And like, that wasn't all I was gonna say, but like before I could even say anything else, he cut me off, and he was like, water. Like, I was like high or something, and I was like, you're surrounded by water. You would get it. I forget why I was even fucking saying that. Oh yeah, so my place was there. It was a studio, and it had like heated tile. So it was like tile, and it was like freshly laid and then like heated, and that in itself was like a dream, because like I don't really like carpet. Like, I like being able to have like soft surfaces to like cozy up on, or like if I decide I want to like do something on the floor like this, it's not like super painful, but it's just like so messy, and it like, especially like me, like I'm always like making stuff, and like this place is like tall as fuck. Like, I have four floors, so it's just like keeping up with like vacuuming, and like especially the stairs is just like, it's annoying. So the heated tile's great, and then the shower was like one of those like massage kind of showers with like multiple heads, and I had a bidet, and yeah, it was just really nice. It didn't really have a kitchen, but in Australia the fresh food is really cheap. Like, you could get like fresh pressed orange juice for like $2, and it was like bomb as fuck, like way better than like PCC or Metro or Whole Foods, like way better. That's my gun telling me to shut the fuck up. Sorry. What was I talking about? Okay, yeah. So synchronicities, moving to Australia. That was the first time that I was like, okay, like, there's something happening. There's too many things that like are making sense, that are like, I've seen this before. It's not deja vu. It's like, I remember seeing this, and I remember like what I was thinking when it happened, and like where I was. And so that was when I ended up in that park, like leading to the beach, and I didn't realize that like that was what I was looking at, and it was like a year prior. So yeah, once that happened, I started looking into things, and I decided that I was going to start reading Dean Radin, who is like, I like to call him a professor just because like he's an educator and he has a PhD in like hella shit. He's like I feel like the way he communicates is like very easy for me to understand. So I like to read his stuff. But I read a book of his called Super Normal, and it's just like the philosophy of like tapping into your sentient abilities or functions. And it all started making sense. I'm like, okay, well, if this is something you can control, then maybe that's why I'm getting these like previews, because it's like something that I'm tapping into, and if I like learn more, like I might be able to like harness it in some way, right? And like by harness it, like I don't even know what that means, because that's certainly not where I am in life, but just like kind of understand it more. And then I found out about the California Institute of Integral Studies, and they had this podcast from some guy named Adrian called The Waking Cosmos. Like I would listen to his podcast driving to the school that I was working at, because I kind of work kind of far away, like one of the new like suburbs where like they're trying to like build out the area. And yeah, I just got like super hooked on it. Like I really liked it. And then he went to this school, so I was like, I want to apply. Like this is what I want to learn, and I can't find this kind of content anywhere, and it's really resonating. And you know, obviously, like people are trying to say that like I have a condition that's going to like ruin my life, basically. Like I was just like, I have to trust what I've seen and what I feel and what I like genuinely know now. So I went to school, and y'all know the rest, graduated, whatever. But when COVID happened, I had to make a decision to leave Australia abruptly. Like I think I was working, and I feel bad about this. If anybody from my school is watching this, Mount Ridley, I love you guys, but I had to peace out. Like there was so much going on, and like I honestly felt like the world was going to end, and I was gonna die from getting like gang attacked in my apartment for having like supplies. Like that's really what I thought. I was like, I'm by myself and people know where I live. So I bounced. Like it was really sad for me, because like I said, I love my studio, and I had so many things that like I had collected that I loved, and things are really well priced in Australia. So I was just like, man, like if I try to buy this in the States, like it's gonna, one, it's not gonna exist because we don't have good quality stuff, and two, it's gonna be like way more expensive. So I had to leave like pretty much my whole apartment. I took 3 suitcases, and they're like the traditional suitcase set, so it's like, you know, biggest to smallest, and that's nothing when you've been living in a country for that long and you've like established yourself, and you're not even planning on moving back for like another year because you got a salary position at a school that like you literally fell in love with the moment you subbed there for the first time, which is like another synchronicity, right? So like, yeah, like I just felt like my life was like crumbling, and I had just got divorced like officially, and I had to come back on my birthday, and I got divorced, I think it was like 2 days before my birthday or some shit like that, and it was like, oh, it was awful, because I had to like fly back from Australia on my birthday to like this cold ass, rainy ass place when it was Australia Day. It's the same week as my motherfucking birthday. So I'm just like, man, everyone's gonna be partying on the beach. There's gonna be all these festivals, and like that's exactly what I want to be doing for my birthday. But instead, I'm returning, which I didn't return to like be at the court, because the judge said like it was okay if I didn't come, and I could do it like on the. Okay, that's my gun telling me shut the fuck up. Alright. Anyways, basically, I loved it there, but I had to move back because of COVID, and luckily my parents, I say luckily now in quotations because like, honestly, like, I feel like this is a full-on setup over here, but they had an extra room here, so I moved back and I didn't have to worry about like finding a job right away and like getting approved for anything. I just moved in, and like I said, I had 3 bags and like some stuff in my storage, but I got my dog back, so I was like, all right, this is cool. And then I got a job at a store, because like COVID was happening, and I was like, this is literally me in survival mode, like not even joking. I was like, if I work at a store, I will have first access to like the toilet paper, the cleaning supplies, like all the things that people need that they can't buy. Like that was literally my mindset. So I worked at the store, and sure enough, like people were literally like, I met up with somebody to give them Lysol. I'm not even joking. They're like, if you can get me some. And I literally met up with her to get her some fucking Lysol. Oh man. But yeah, then I started working at Boeing, which was cool because I was like basically a remote assistant that had to be on campus because there had to be somebody like at the building. So it was like dead empty, and I mean dead empty, like creepy empty. And I had to go like to different locations and like check in on the rooms and like make sure that like everything was there and everything like that. And it was a really cool job because, like I said, like I wasn't doing shit, and they would give me, Boeing, I love you, okay? Like you're doing some weird shit, but like for me, that was nice because I just had, like, they gave me like 2 hours to do something that took me like 20 minutes. Like I'm not even joking. So I'm like, all right, like I'm gonna set up shop here. And I had applied to be a teacher, obviously, because that's what I do, and they ended up hiring me. And so I sat in Boeing on my 2-hour assignment, like, and I was there full time, don't get me wrong, but like, that was how my day was. It was like, you have these 4 tasks, and you have 8 hours to do it. And it was just like, okay, I could do this. And like I said, it was creepy, like I was there by myself and shit, but like data entry and shit like that, it's like super fast. Yeah. So I set up my stuff in my office, literally teaching in my office, or like I would go to like a whole conference room and have like a whole conference room to myself, especially the one in Tukwila, or maybe it's Renton, I don't know. They have a lot of apple trees. I was there, like, I love that building. It was nice. They had all the office supplies. There was nobody there, so I could get, like, fresh pencils and shit. I'm, like, a super teacher when it comes to that kind of stuff. But I was teaching online, and it was super easy for me, but the kids were not engaging at all. Hello. The kids were not engaging at all, and so that made it so that all I wanted to do was like literally see people, you know, because it was just like I'm at Boeing by myself, my kids don't turn their camera on, and then I go home. Like you guys know the drill, like we were all on lockdown, okay? So yeah, that was like a disappointing year, but there were so many good things that happened during that year, obviously, like 2020, was it 20? Yeah, 2020. And then yeah, so I rolled into school. I started doing my master's full-time while working full-time as a teacher. And that wasn't too bad, but it was obviously like I had like crunch time. Like I was on like a very strict schedule. And then I got hired to work for Washington Education Association to do these online courses for teachers to get their clock hours, and it's just like things about like implicit bias and like stuff that I like to talk about anyway, because I just like talking to different people and like hearing different people's perspectives on things and like the way they think. But yeah, that was kind of weird because I was like full-time masters, full-time teaching, trying to race back to West Seattle because the motherfucking bridge was down and you would have to sit in traffic forever. That's when I had my hybrid, and it was still a pain in the ass. Thank you, Gun, for telling me. Anyways, what the fuck am I doing right now, you guys? Like, I'm just sitting here, like, rambling, and there's no sound on. But I am stretching. This is probably going to be a longer stream, because like I said, I wanted to talk about the last 5 years, because I think it's important to understand where my foundation is for the things that I'm saying. So yeah, then, so let's see, the third year working at this school, I got sick right? And I had to leave the school like right before the school year was over. And that was kind of annoying because basically my boss, the person that I interviewed with, the person that hired me, the person that like obviously we were like on the same frequency, he was, and I don't want to put your business out there, motherfucker, but like obviously everybody knows. So like he was having an affair with the secretary. Now, technically, that's not even illegal. It's just like frowned upon because like her job has nothing to do with his function. Like if anything, like them having a close relationship would mean they're like at the school, like actively there together more, in my opinion. Um, but I found this out when I went to a staff barbecue at a friend, like a teacher friend who actually is my friend, but like the people he invited were the other teachers. And as soon as I got there, they all started gossiping about the principal. And I'm just like, why do you guys know this? Like, why are you in his business? And then somebody that was there worked for HR. I kid you not. And they were literally talking about what they had read in their files that was like private. Like it wasn't even like out to the public. Like they were in like, you know, like arbitrary or some shit like that. Like it wasn't even supposed to be out. And so basically I felt super uncomfortable. I don't like when people talk shit, but more than that, if I felt like the fact that they were invading someone's privacy so much just to be destructive. Like it wasn't constructive, it wasn't like to progress anything. It was literally just to be like messy, right? And like apparently they wanted him to get fired. And so I felt uncomfortable. I left really early. Like I was just like, yeah. And then after that, I was like, I don't want to even talk to any of you bitches because obviously I can't trust you to hold a shoelace. Like it's not gonna be okay. And that was like the I want to say like the first month back. And I don't even think it was the first month back. Like I think it was like a summer thing, like right before the school year started. And so I was just like, yeah, like I'm not really trying to like mess with you guys. Now this is my first year teaching. So this is how I've been addressing these people for the last 3 years, like at this point. Like they're just shady. Like I'm just like in there trying to like mingle with the kids, like make sure they're taken care of, and then I'm out. Cause like the kids didn't want to be there after school. Let's be real. Like we didn't have any sports teams. We didn't have any like real activities, and most of them had jobs. So it was just like nobody is just gonna like sit at the school and do shit. And like I said, there's a West Seattle bridge, and I have a dog. Like it was just like, nah, man. Like let's be real. Let's be real. Okay. So 3 years working with these people that are slimy, and one of the chicks. This is going back to the first year, one of the chicks like approached me and she was like, don't you think he's kind of like a little creepy, like trying to make me feel like there was something inappropriate about my boss's behavior? And like I kid you not, this motherfucker was in like the force, like he was in the military, so it's like if anything, like someone that you can like trust to like keep you safe or like know like what the fuck is going on is someone who like had to do that like for real, right? And he spoke like 5 languages, and I'm at a school where like people are there to learn English, like people that are transferring from other countries and shit. And so I'm just like, no, like honestly, like we're pretty chill. Like I don't notice anything at all, you know. And I didn't even ask her like what happened. Like, I was just like, no, like I don't notice anything. But like I said, he ended up getting fired after that first year, and then we had this other principal come in who I'm not even gonna give her the time of day, but she was a hater. And I'm not saying I was the best teacher there because I didn't get to see like what other teachers were doing, but I felt like the best teacher there, like quality wise, like what I was teaching and like how much I was like, the gun's telling me, sorry. See? I need that. That's the 5th dimension, or the 4th dimension. 5th. Anyways, this feels really nice. I'm like slowly coming down lower and lower into my sit. So I'm just gonna keep doing this because it feels anyways, not to say that they were bad teachers, okay? Obviously, I'm biased because I like what I teach. Like, math teachers probably think their shit's fun, too. But yeah, so I'm there, and I'm working with these snakes. The guy that hired me is gone, and I'm just like, man, there's one other guy that I would talk to who's also in the military, but he's gay, so I didn't have to worry about him, like, hitting on me or anything like that. And yeah, like, I would just go in his room and, like, kick it, we would chop it up and, like, share way too much, and, like, yeah, I don't know. It was good. Like, I felt like there was somebody there, like, if I had an emergency, like, I could call him and he would be able to come through. But the other teachers didn't like me, and so it became hostile over the years because they obviously felt a way about me not wanting to socialize. And I tried to be cordial about it. Like, I really just tried to make it seem like I was always busy. Like, I was like, oh, I gotta do this, oh, I gotta do that. I gotta go. But yeah, I obviously was like avoiding them, and they kind of picked up on that. And then people tend to get very competitive with me because I do process things really fast. That's part of like what I've tapped into over the years. And so like there'll be like a problem that is like somebody's job, right? And like let's just, and you know, tech person, you know who you are. Like, I don't have any shade with you. But there would be something technical that the tech person, the tech teacher should have known how to do, or like should be able to do. And I would be like, oh, just let me do that. And it would take like a second. Like, especially like with QR codes and stuff like that were coming out. Like, people didn't know how to pull up a QR code on a Google page. And so they're all like sitting here like writing shit down and like trying to like take pictures of the website and stuff like that. Did my shit just flicker? Yeah, they're like trying to take shit, and I'm just like, let me just do this shit. Like, oh my gosh, you guys, like, I work for fucking Microsoft, okay? Like, we literally invented Office, okay? Like, don't take it offensively. Like, we were the fucking pilot, like, beta dummies for all their shit all the time. Like, that was what I had to do. Like, I set up fucking desktops for people that were working at a game studio. Like, real shit. Like, Wacom's and shit like that. I don't even fucking know. But yeah, anyways, I don't know why I'm saying all this. What am I supposed to be talking about? Oh, my lord, and the journey. Okay, so I'm on year 3. Oh, yes, so this is my final year that I was actually working. It's the end of the school year. I'm teaching seniors and juniors, okay? My junior class is a work exploration class. In that class, 2 days out of the week, we leave the school, physically leave the school, and go do some shit on a public transportation route and come back within like a very short amount of time. And like we had to be like on it. Like, we're like, we gotta catch this bus, we gotta do this, and that was part of their class, like to learn how to be like punctual and how to use the public like transportation and like their orca cards and stuff like that. But then we would go to like different buildings. Like, they wanted to see what it was like to go to corporate, so we went to this corporate. It was boring as fuck, but they were prepared. They had other like classes there that were like, you know, like trying to mingle. My kids were super like shy, so they didn't really talk to anybody. But they had a really good lunch, nice box lunches. It was very fancy. But then we just went to like different places. Like, 'cause sometimes I would take like just like kids that wanted to see something that nobody else did. Like, somebody really wanted to be a firefighter, so I like walk them to the firefighting, like the fire station, which was like 4 blocks away from school, like to talk to them and like tell them about their programs and stuff. Or we went to the airport one time, and the kids fucking loved that shit, because we had to take the bus to the light rail to the fucking planes, and then we went through like TSA and shit like that, and they got to see like over like what was going on. And there's a lot of jobs at the airport. For anybody listening, like, you can really move up in the airport, and they have a ton of free classes if you can get in. Like, you can move up the ranks. Okay, thank you. I'm talking too much. Okay. So back to these classes. I'm teaching these kids how to function as adults. Like, we don't have time. I'm not saying I'm a fucking major or anything, but like, I can be. And they know that, and it's not like, I'm not like aggressive with it. I'm just like very like matter of fact. Like, and it's evident. Like, we have to do the math. If we get there 5 minutes late, we won't catch the bus. And then the next bus doesn't come for 20 minutes. You know, like, it was very simple. But yeah, so these are my juniors, okay? And then I have seniors who are even fucking older, and I'm teaching them psychology. Like, Psychology 1. And it's literally one of the hardest classes you can teach in the district. Like, there's like 4 teachers that are even qualified to teach psychology. And like, one of them was hired without a teaching degree because they couldn't find anybody that could teach psychology. Like, it's not like something that people go to school to teach high school for. Like, they get jobs as psychologists, you know. But yeah, so I'm teaching them this, and it's cool. You know, we're talking about shit. Parasympathetic nervous system and like what those signs mean, and again, like tuning into your sentient functions. And yeah, basically we went on a motherfucking camping trip, and these ratchet ass kids, one of them motherfuckers stole my phone. Okay, now we're in the woods. We're in the motherfucking woods. Motherfuckers are shooting off shotguns in the distance. Like, I'm not even kidding. Actual shotguns, not that far away. And it's just woods. And it's like a horse camp. So there's like people have like their horses next to their tents and shit like that. And it was nighttime. And we didn't have very many lights. Like, most people were just holding flashlights. And then I had like a canopy that had some lights to keep it like lit. Like, physically lit. Like, I mean, like, visibly lit. And while we're listening to music, like, the kids were arguing about like what song would come on, because we only had till like a certain time until quiet hours. And so like, I already knew they were gonna be like you know, competitive about it. I didn't care. Like, I have nothing to hide from my kids. Like, they're all in my car, like all in my shit. Like, I don't fucking care. Like, it's the same as my classroom as far as I'm concerned. But they fucking, one of them tried to like change the song, right? Now, my phone was unlocked because we were playing music, and I was typing in songs, like trying to like pull up shit because the Wi-Fi wasn't very good, and like I couldn't really download anything. And basically, and this is my interpretation of the situation, because I do know psychology and I do know my kids, and I don't believe anybody did it maliciously. I think it just got out of hand. But somebody took my phone, and the music stopped immediately, right? And we're like, oh, okay, like, you're a jerk for stopping the song like halfway through, like, put it back on. And I think it was like a Chris Brown song too, so it was like obvious that like there's like a certain like group of kids that were gonna be really pumped about that, and then like a whole other group that was gonna be like, oh no. Because that's just how it is when you teach kids in groups. But there was like, so the song stopped, and we're like, okay, like somebody's being a hater. And then I'm like, we kind of paused, like, okay, like put a song on now. And like everybody starts looking around, like, who's got the phone? And I'm looking around like, okay, you guys, like, we don't even have time for this. Like, soon, I want to say like maybe 30 seconds later, it got like dead quiet, and people were like, and that's when I started to panic, because I'm like, okay, my phone's unlocked, we're in the woods, it's dark. All it takes is one kid to slip my phone into their pocket, which is a wallet, by the way. Like, all of my cards and all of that. And my keys were attached to it. They fucking could have just walked away, had access to, like, all of my pictures, all of my, like, accounts, like, all that shit, right? And I was just like, this is the worst, literally, like, I can't imagine anything worse than a student having my unlocked phone. And so, being the punctual person and, like, knowing when it's appropriate to, like, be stern with students, I said, give me my fucking phone. Now, I specifically do this because I don't want to say, you have my phone, y'all have my phone. I just want to say, like, let's make it very clear, like, whoever has it, just give it to me. Like, I'm not playing this game. Like, every second is a swipe. Everything, like I said, there's just too many things. And I'm not even the type of person that has, like, shit like that on my phone, but it's also, like, an invasion of privacy, like, beyond control. So, I said that, and immediately, like, 2 kids walk off, and they were like, I don't have it, and I kind of like, I scanned them, because I was like, yeah, you don't have it, like, I can tell you're just like, hey, I don't want to be in this. And then there were other kids that started like looking, and everybody's like, okay, I'm gonna finish this story, gun. Other kids started like looking, and they're like, okay, we're gonna find this, and I'm looking around just like scanning people to see like who looks suspicious, if anybody's moving anything. And I don't notice anything. Like, it's just too dark. There's too many things going on. I've like looked where we were, and it's like obviously someone just like took it, right? So my first thought is to just put my head down, because I know when somebody does something like that and they didn't mean to. Like, I truly think they were just trying to change the song and then it got weird. But like, they didn't mean to do this. Like, make it what it was now. And I was like, if I put my head down, whoever has it is going to feel like this is their moment to put it somewhere and make sure that they're not caught. Like, as long as she doesn't see me, like, I won't be the one to blame. So I literally put my head down and I don't know what I was doing. I think it was like some sort of yoga pose. It was definitely a yoga pose, but I don't remember what it was. And yeah, so I do that, and then I just stop like even paying attention. I can hear the kids that are still looking. More kids are starting to just like be like, I don't know, like I'm gonna go. And then one of the camp counselor persons, like just some random dude, comes over and he's like, hey, like, do you need help finding your phone? And so I pick my head up and I'm like, yeah, I actually do. And he's like, well, is that it right there? And it's obviously sitting there like chucked out into the middle of the floor where we were already looking. Like, somebody literally was just like, drop it, you know, like. And this guy's like, oh, it's right there. Like, oh yeah, you just like Captain saved us all. Like, no, like it wasn't there. Like, you know, whatever. And so that was the situation. I was so offended, and I was so like caught off guard by the situation. Plus, I was supposed to be flying to California the next day to like do like a fucking like Desert Star Watch thing camp for like a week for a class to like finish my fucking masters, and it's the end of the goddamn year. And it, like, you know what that's like at the end of the year if you're a teacher. And like graduation was like 4 days away, bruh. Oh my goodness. And so yeah, basically one of the teachers, I guess, wanted to make a report over the weekend that I was being aggressive and I was cussing at the kids and telling the kids they had my phone and all this shit. Like, clearly someone that has never dealt with conflict in real life with real people who really give a fuck, right? Because you're teaching high school kids how to function in the real goddamn world. And in the real world, if you steal someone's phone, it's up. Like, there's nothing you're gonna be able to do before. Like, people have, like, if you look at the pickpocketers in Europe, like, they're gonna off with your head. You try to do some shit like that. So, like, yeah, I can say the word fuck one time when it's strategically used to enforce a very clear boundary to, damn, they're adults. These motherfuckers are 18, 19, like, working full-time jobs, coming from fucking different countries. Like, these kids aren't on the same level as what you may think. Okay? I don't know, man. So they literally were like, well, you can't come back to the school. I came to school the next day, like that following Monday, because I couldn't go on my camping trip because I was too fucking hyped. Like, I was too hyped up. And so I went to school to like go to work, and they stopped me at the stairs and were like, you can't come in. And I'm like, what? And they're like, no, you're not allowed to come in because of what happened. And I'm like, what? And they told me, and I was just like, are you serious? Like, yeah. And I was like, okay. Like, I thought it was like a day thing. Like, they're like, oh, we need to like interview people and see what's going on. Nope. I have been on paid leave since 2003, you guys. And it's like, I think I told you, like, these motherfuckers want me to quit. Like, they want me to be like, I found something better, like, fuck you guys. But, like, no. Like, I literally went to school to be the teacher that I am. Like, it's not like I slipped into this job and I was like, oh, you know what? Like, cooking sounds like a fun class to teach. Like, let me see if I can, like, finagle my way. No, bitch. I had to take culinary arts classes to be qualified to teach this motherfucking class. And I didn't just take a culinary arts class where I learned how to cook for myself. I took a culinary arts class where I learned how to teach other people culinary arts. Sorry. I do have a chili going for anybody that's wondering what I'm doing for Thanksgiving. This is gonna get better, don't worry. So yeah, I basically have this job that they call a job, right? This is like my livelihood. This is like my actual identity that they're saying, like, oh, you can just find something else. Like, just quit. That literally, they're like, you should just quit. We'll pay you money if you just quit. Like, we'll hide everything if you just quit. I'm like, hide what? Hide what? Like, I publish that shit in the goddamn newspaper because I fucking dare you to say that that's the worst thing that's ever happened to get someone fired, especially someone that's been teaching since 2011, and that doesn't count practicum, by the way. Like, or my actual corporate experience. Are you fucking kidding me? And you can't be a career and technical education teacher like I am and have as much actual career experience at the same goddamn time. Like, I have been so fucking lucky. And I will say that. Like, I don't know how I get the jobs I get. Like, people just fucking call me after, like, I got called by Microsoft. I didn't even apply for this job. I got called by Microsoft to work for Xbox because I had been an admin in a different department for Microsoft like 2 years before that. Like, are you kidding me? I'm gonna quit everything and I'm going to fucking Xbox, and it was the best job. Like, I fucking love that. So much fun. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that shit was just like so insignificant, and I've had kids, like, I'll see them out in public, like, you know, obviously they're graduated now and stuff, and they'll just be like, man, like, when you left, like, we asked about you every day, because the juniors still had to go to school for like another week, and like, we asked about you every day, like, we were just like, what's going on, like, everybody was just like, what, like, this isn't even, like, they thought something was wrong with me, because they were like, there's no way that, like, this is the thing that, like, would get you fired, right? And even, I wouldn't even get into the rest, okay? But this is why I've been on leave, okay? People literally are trying to say that I'm this, like, irate person that's, like, dangerous and shit. And this is coming from, like, my colleagues now, but it's also been the narrative with my family. And I like, the story of why people think I'm this, like, aggressive, like, dangerous person is so, like, fear-coded and, like, racist and, like, prejudice, because it's just, like, bias. Like, it's literally like, I like to do things that they didn't want to do, and by they I mean, like, members of my family, and all of them. Like, I had, like, one cousin who, like, also liked doing stuff like as me, and we were close to the same age, but we were cousins, so we didn't see each other all the time. But like I wanted to, like, rollerblade and, like, skateboard and, like, dress like a Power Ranger and do karate and shit like that, right? And nobody else was on that shit. They're like, oh, let's do, like, I don't even know what the fuck these bitches were doing, playing with Barbies. Like, I didn't pay attention. To this day, I don't know what you guys were doing. I'm not gonna lie. What the fuck were you doing? Like, I don't know. But, like, after a certain point, and this happened at a very young age, mind you, because, like, I wanted to play karate. I wanted to do karate in, like, I want to say, like, first grade, second grade. And my parents signed me up, but they wanted me to do ballet. And I was like, I don't want to do fucking tutu shit. Like, I want to do, like, some cool shit, you know? And so I signed up for karate, and they were like, oh, like, you just want to fight people, da-da-da-da-da. And I was just like, I like fucking Power Rangers. Like, I want to do some ninja shit, you know? Like, even back then, I was like, I'm trying to do some ninja shit. And they were just, like, hating on me. Like, I'm now this, like, aggressive person that likes to fight. And it's just, like, it's a fucking sport, and it's a fucking, it's a skill, like, a life skill that you should have, like, to be able to, like, do some sort of technique, whatever it is, because people really come at you. You think about, like, people on, like, drugs outside. Like, you gotta have, like, some fucking backup plan if you don't got nothing else on you. So, yeah. Basically, that was, like, me, like, starting in, like, second grade. And then I would do more stuff. And, like, I wanted to be a cheerleader. And then, obviously, like, my racist as fuck. And I will promise you somebody's tapping your motherfucking store. And you can't lie about this shit. Because you know all you do is run your goddamn mouth. But basically told me that cheerleading was for white girls. And if I was going to do any sort of team sport, I should join the dance team. The dance team, no offense to anybody, but no. The dance team was not on that level. They couldn't do, like, stunts. They couldn't like travel as much. They couldn't do anything. Like when you're a cheerleader, you get to go to all the events. You know how much school you miss to be a fucking cheerleader? It's fire. You go one day for girls basketball, you go another day for boys basketball, and sometimes you have like, okay, guys, let me just. You're right about the direction. You hear this thing is really working. Damn, what was I saying? Yeah, I wanted to do, like, the math was mathing in my head. Like, I get to get out of school, I get to go to all the games, I get to do cool shit. Like, why wouldn't I want to do that? And so I was all over it, and I have people telling me, like, and people, I mean specifically this bitch, and, like, I don't think anybody else ever fixed their mouth to say some shit like that, and that's the point, right? So I was like, you know what, like, you just can't calculate things in your head, and I'm gonna go ahead and just stop even listening. Because, like, at that point, like, I didn't even know what she did. She just, like, wanted to be, like, cool, and she, like, tried to hang out with, like, the gangsters so she could be, like, down, and they were, like, actually, like, bad people, and it was just like, no, like, you're stupid. But yeah, so I just started doing that, and it took over my life. Like, it just became something that, like, I love to do. And I don't even know how I got to this point, because why am I, like, at high school right now? Jesus. I forget. Oh, yeah. My sports and stuff. So, like, the only time I've ever hit a person, and I will say ever, because this is the only time I remember leading up to this moment, and I'm not sure if I actually hit someone before. Like, maybe, like, and this is the point, when I was, like, under 5, like, I might have been aggressive. I don't fucking know, bitch. Like, my memory is wiped because that's how traumatizing my childhood was. Ask me anything, I don't fucking know. My brain was like, just get rid of that shit. You know, like, it ain't helping you. And I love that about my brain, because my brain will instantly be like, well, that's done. And I'm just like, and I'm not even like, fuck you. Like, I'm literally just like, you are not there anymore. Like, it's done. Like, and I can't think about you. Like, I'll forget people exist, and I'll be like, oh, I should check up on their page and, like, at least see what they're doing, and then I'll forget to do that too. Like, this is great. But yeah, so basically, I think that I forgot what I was saying now, because now I'm thinking about looking at pages. Whose page have I not checked up on? Uh-oh, I blanked out on that one. Oh yeah, I'll forget a bitch. Okay. So that's how it was. Like, right around 6th grade, 7th grade, I was like tapped out. And I was like, whatever. I'm gonna do this shit. And 5th grade, I went to a school very close to where I live now. And I had a friend. I won't say she was my best friend, who's like, you know, when you're starting to like get close to somebody, but you're not like fully like locked in. She liked the boy I liked. His name was Corey. He had a rat tail, and I was really into rat tails. There's 2 guys that had rat tails. There's this like brunette kid, and he kind of had like a mohawk rat tail, and then there was this like African American kid, and he had a braided rat tail. And I was like, one of them is gonna be my boyfriend, and it was Corey. And so Corey was like, he liked me too. We were kicking it or whatever, but the other girl that was supposed to be my friend, I guess she liked him too. She didn't even fucking tell me she liked him. She just like started like trying to talk to him. This is in 5th grade. Like, what a slimy bitch. How do you get slimy that soon? Okay? But like, she basically tried to hit on him like at recess. And it's funny because I can see the park now. Like, it's really close to where I live. I can see the park now, and it's so tiny. And I remember thinking it was like the biggest playground. But yeah, so we were lining up for going back in. You know, when they're like, everybody line up. And I was always first to line up. I don't know why. I just wanted to be first, and I would like run to the front, or I would like go early and like stand there so I could be the first one to like be in line. I have no idea why that was a thing, but she decided she was gonna go there and stand even earlier than me. And I guess like Corey would like stand next to me or something, so maybe that's why she was like, oh, we're gonna stand there. So she was standing in line, and I was like, no, this is my spot, right? And she's like, I don't really remember what happened, but she like got really aggressive with me. And I'm like sitting here like Corey's like coming over. She's like coming out of nowhere. Like all of this is happening at recess. So I socked her in the stomach, you guys. And it was an awful feeling. And that's why I know I don't like hitting people. Because I was, you know, I wasn't into like karate and shit like that. But I never actually like hit someone. Like I did like takedown stuff, like wrestling and stuff like that. So it was basically, as soon as I hit her, I could tell that it was gonna hurt her really bad because she didn't flex her stomach, and like that's a must. Like somebody's gonna fucking sock you, flex, bitch. Like muscle up before you don't have time, okay? But like she didn't flex her stomach, so I could feel my fist going like all the way into her, and I was like, no, like she doesn't know how to get hit. And I was like, this is awful. And then her face, like she just like her face like crumbled, and I felt like I saw her face like crumble. Like she was in so much pain. Like she didn't even have time to like respond with words. Like she just like crumbled. And I was just like, I'm a horrible person. And they fucking suspended me like immediately. And so my grandma had to pick me up. And my grandma was like, I just remember she had just got like a silver Mustang, and I thought the car was like hella cool. And she picked me up. And I don't even think she got out of the car. I think she like called and was like, I'm gonna be outside. Like she didn't even want to talk to them. And they like walked me out, and I got in the car, and she's like, did you win? And I told her, I was like, I only hit her one time. Like, and I wasn't sad about it, but I was just like, damn, like, now I know my own strength, you know? And that was the last time I genuinely hit someone. Like, genuinely. There's been times, like I said, I wrestled in high school. Like, there's been times where I'll, like, do shit for fun. Like, I got fucking scraped knuckles by a fucking grown-ass man, like, a month ago for wanting to fucking take me on some concrete. And this motherfucker actually slammed me. Like, bitch, this is not a fucking couch. This is not a living room. Like, this is concrete. And I was like, you know when you say you're gonna fight somebody and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna fight, and then they don't really, like, he went at like 7. He was like 7 out of 10. Like, he was doing way too much for concrete. Way too much. But whatever, it was fine. Like, it was fun still, but it was just like, I was like, bro, you didn't calm down. He like body slammed me, bro. But yeah, so I don't fight for fear. I don't fight for glory. I don't fight for like punishment. Like, it's a sport. It's fun. Like, if you can wrestle, like this guy, like, I'll wrestle you, even if you're way bigger than me. But yeah, that was the kind of shit I was into. So people now in my family to this day will say, and this is especially my older sister, who is like dead set on painting me as like this person that's like hostile and unstable and just like literally on drugs and like not able to like take care of themselves and like all this shit like that. And this is verbatim what things have been said in text messages and legal motherfucking documents, which we'll get to that part. But basically, this bitch decided that she was gonna run off with some narrative that all of those things about me are what I am. And anybody that actually talks to me, anybody that actually knows me, because that could be any student, any person that like sees me day to day. I see this bitch like 3 times a year for like 2 hours. And she want to act like she knows me. Like, bitch, you didn't know me in 4th grade. And now you think you know me? Like, we spent even less time together. What are you saying? Like, you sound ridiculous. Like, do the math. Look at your phone logs. Like, you're a fucking joke. Like, and it's not even a joke. It's just, like, really sad. It's like, why? Like, why are you even... What's the purpose? Like, if anything, having a sister that's, like, not that would make you look better. Like, what? So yeah, people think these things, and I say people because my sister is very good at networking. And by very good, I mean she's one of those campaigning ass motherfuckers that'll like walk around and be like, oh hi, like oh I heard you know like that's she's in retail, and like that's just always how she's been. Like she will have like a fake voice for certain types of people, and you can almost tell who she's talking to on the phone based off of the character that she's playing on the phone. Like I'm not even joking. That's like some crazy ass like pathological lying ass. Like I can only imagine like somebody on a call, like a call center. I'm gonna say this. They're like people on like a call center, and they're like, you know, I'm gonna have a Jamaican accent this next time, just to like be someone else. Like that's what I would do if I was a call center. I'd be like, let me just practice my accents and see if people like believe me. But yeah, basically, it's gotten to the point where my older sister, and this is gonna sound like a sad fucking joke. Like, it took me a very long time to realize this, and by very long time, I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys know I'm well over 30. And so it's like this long in my life to realize like the level of sabotage that my sister has held for me is so deep embedded in who she is and who she has to be around me when there's other people around, that I can't even show up as me. Like I have to be prepared to be the character that she needs for the people that she's entertaining in that moment. Like if I go to her shop and she's got like a certain type of person in her shop, then I know she's gonna have on a certain voice and I'm gonna have to act a certain way. And I kid you not, it's like different people. And I can't handle it. Like my brain is not wired that way anymore. Like when I was younger with my parents, like especially like, yeah, with my parents and stuff, like I recognize like, oh, okay, we're going to church. Like this is how we act at church. We're like, oh, we're going to like a family party. This is how we act at a family party. Like those things are like, you know, traditional. But it was like fake, like the level of fake was just like, well, why lie about it? Like you could just do that and then everything would be fine. You know, like if you say that you're like going to this park and you're gonna like do these activities with your kids, like why not just do that? And then people will think that you're doing a good job, you know, whatever. But that wasn't the case. Nobody ever went to my matches or my volleyball games. Like, I won't even get into it. Cheerleading all the way up to uni, if you know what that means. So maybe they caught me on TV. I don't know. But just like to lie and be like, oh, my daughter is a cheerleader and she's doing it. And bitch, you've never seen me cheer. Like, you came to the Apple Cup because it was at UW. And thank goodness we fucking won that bitch. Let me just say. First 2 years I was at school, we fucking won. So I'm just saying I'm lucky as fucking bitches is mad. Bitches is mad. Oh, man. Anyways, so dysfunctional ass family. My sister has officially gone on the record legally several times to the police that I am a drug addict, that I am probably, like, need to be diagnosed with even more mental health disorders, that like I'm full of shit, like the things I say aren't true, like I'm just making stuff up to be like woo woo, and I'm violent, you know, I'm gonna attack somebody, da 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 da. I will say I did choke my little sister for like 5 seconds because when my mom died, she literally, well, and this is the messy shit. Okay, my older sister, as we're walking down this long ass hallway after I just got finished holding my mom's cold fucking hand, says, you know, Alexia said that she was relieved. And that, like, I was not that far away from her. And it's like when you're walking down one of those long halls at the end of like a scary movie and you get like that tunnel vision. She said that to me, and I kid you not, I felt my mom be like, bitch, this is the last time you gonna say some shit like that. And I did like the Frankenstein. Like, I didn't like come up and like choke her like, yeah. But I did like the Frankenstein. Like, I came at her like this, and then I pushed her neck up against the wall, and then I let go. I basically pushed her. I pushed her neck. I pushed her neck. That's not a hit. I pushed her neck. Okay. But yeah, that was like justified as fuck, okay? I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Like, if you're going to threaten someone, your own blood that just insulted your dead mother, like, 30 minutes before they fucking pass away, like, that shit, oh, man. I wanted to hold her for longer, but my cousins were there. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. That's what I'm dealing with right now. So the last, I want to say since like March, my family's been getting like super weird about me living here. And by weird, I just mean like they're trying to get like super invasive and like be like, oh, like this and this and this. And I'm just like, I've been living here for 5 years now. And there's never been any problems. You guys are trying to make it look like I'm this hostile person by like setting me up, like encouraging people to stand in front of the doorway, coming and like socializing with the people that are standing in the doorway, like leaning on my motherfucking front door. I can't even go into my house because there's people leaning on my actual doorknob. I kid you not. And it's like all these people have to do is put a fucking sign that says form line here. Like, how hard is that? Put a sign that says form line here so people know to form a fucking line there. And anyways, everybody knows if you're advertising your fucking business, the line is what gets people in. The more they see a line, the more they're like, ooh, what are people lining up for? Okay, so if you just have a bunch of people like randomly scattered out, leaning on the fucking trees in fucking camo clothes and literally like throwing trash in my little like dog poop bin that's like just small enough for like a couple poops and like shoving their trash in there and stuff. It's like, what disrespectful fucking trash neighbors, right? But the fact that your family is like defending them and being like, well, you know, you live in the city, and so cities typically have, you know, open areas and it's not illegal for people to stand there. And like, I'm pretty sure it's illegal for someone to be leaning on your front fucking door. And I'm pretty sure if you were a good parent and you were concerned for anyone's safety, you would think that having grown-ass men standing in front of your fucking door when you're just trying to check the goddamn mail is a little bit fucked up. Okay, you might have a little bit more consideration for the fact that, I don't know, I'm a female and there's grown-ass men lining up on the door and all, like, it's harassment, bruh. And I kid you not, my dad's dumbass wife, who thinks she's so fucking smart but has zero emotional intelligence, it's like, okay, you know that people line up on the door, and if people line up on the door, then that means that they're going to be standing there like a regular, like, person. Like, that's not somebody that's stalking you. And I'm like, it's literally like I can't even come out of my house. And I started recording it because there were times where I would come out of my house and I know they were trying to set me up. Like, I know this because people try to get these videos, right? They're like, oh, we want to catch this person popping off and it'll be entertaining. Or like, we want to catch this person popping off and maybe we'll be able to get something out of it. And so there'll be like 4 people like lined up, not in a line like this, but in a line facing my fucking doorway. And it would always be at the times where I was leaving. Like, if it was a time where I normally leave the house, there would barely be anybody out there. And they put their tables and shit in front of my doorway, so like, even when I open the door, the people that are sitting at their table can see straight into my fucking foray because they fucking have nothing else to look at. Like, that's literally right in front of them. So they're disrespectful, trash-ass neighbors. Their food smells like fucking dead meat. And people always think I'm joking until they come over. And then occasionally they'll be like, oh, like, what, did your dog poop? And I'll freak out, because my dog will poop. And I was just like, oh shit, like, maybe she did. And I'll start digging and like looking everywhere. And then I realize, like, no, you're just smelling the fucking meat at this place. And like, I've said that before, but people don't believe me until they actually get a whiff of it. And then they're like, you're right. So whatever. But this is the life that I've been living. My fucking dad's bitch-ass wife says to me, I sent her the Justin Bieber, at the beach. Justin Bieber was like 100% going through exactly what I was going through at the exact same time.
And the fact that it got recorded was like, I felt like he said what I haven't been able to say because, again, people want to catch you on video doing this shit. So he fucking pops off, and I sent that video to my dad and his wife. Like, I'm like, okay, you guys, like, this is emotional intelligence. Like, maybe I can't explain it in a way that gets through to you because I don't feel comfortable popping off, and that might be the only way you understand, like, anger or fear. But Justin Bieber's doing a pretty good job of being reasonable about people standing outside and, like, coming up on him like that. And, you know, this bitch was like, well, he's a celebrity, so he already knows that when he goes out, he's going to have, and this isn't a text message, okay? So I'm not just saying, like, oh, maybe she said, no, bitch said this in a text message. So I'm thinking to myself, are you stupid, dumb, and slow? Because the fact that Justin Bieber is a fucking celebrity. People get money for having pictures of him. That video went viral, okay? You think I should be treated in such an invasive way as a star like Justin Bieber, as a female in front of her door with no security and no fucking anything? Like, the fact that that came out of your mouth is proof that you are the most dysfunctional fake person in the fucking family right now. And I say family loosely because there's no blood and there's no love, okay? Let's be very real on that. And I love everybody, but you're the fucking devil, bitch, because you have been awful, okay? And the fact that I have put up with the fact that you're a home-wrecking ass whore that, like, literally tried to, like, bait my dad into being with you because you saw he was going through a rough time, like, you're a skank, and it's beyond repairable. People should know your character because you try to be the opposite. You pretend like you're this saint. You literally go and preach sermons. Like, how many personalities do you have, and are you making money for each of them? Because what? Yeah. So then she's like, oh, well, maybe you should move out. Now, granted, I have no problem with moving out. I know this place is worth 3-4 times as much as I'm paying for it. And I'm okay with that because it's, like I said, it's been a good place. It's, like, fairly new. It's in a good location. But I know that this is not worth me staying here. They should absolutely have somebody that's willing to pay more. Why wouldn't you want to make more money? I don't need all of this. It's me and my dog who can't do the stairs, right? So it's just like, I would gladly move out, and I've been saying that forever, but at this point in time, you guys know that I have had a court case going on with me losing my job that's supposed to come to conclusion in December. So why would you think it's appropriate to say, well, maybe I should move out? Now, this is me saying I don't feel safe because people are leaning on the door. And now I'm getting attacked saying, well, maybe you should move out at a time when they know I'm going to have a pivotal change in less than 6 months. Like, I literally have I might lose my whole career, which is obviously going to make it so that, like, me, like, getting financed for shit is going to be different. Or I'm going to stay, and then obviously I can move out, right? Like, it's a decision that can't be made until the decision has been made. And they know that. They've known this. Like I said, I've been on leave for years, which is ridiculous to say. But, man, the fact that they were, like, that careless, like, that heartless, that ruthless, that fucking soulless, like, that's not a fucking parent, that's not a friend, that's not a neighbor. Like, who are you? And who talks to somebody like that? Because if you heard somebody say something like that in the grocery store, I hope you wouldn't respond the same way. I really do. I really do. Like, my dad is taking tithes in fucking churches and offering services to people, and that's how he treated me. And he said some shit too, but I'm not even going to get into it. Because you guys know there's been, like, physical abuse and trying to get me, like, I want to say solicited, honestly. Like, they're trying to, like, make a buck off my name by being like, look at how good we're helping our daughter because she's been diagnosed with this and this and this, and we've still been able to help her achieve this and this. It's like, help me achieve, like,
Just because I'm living here doesn't mean you're doing something good for me. Especially when you think you can just come into my house whenever you want, encourage people to stand in front of my door, stress me the fuck out. And then if I do get stressed out and I need a moment to be by myself, which is the whole reason why I live by myself, you think you can barge in, call the police on me, attack me, and then lie and say that I've been unstable and not taking medication and doing drugs and having like sex orgies and all this shit? Like, excuse me? Like, why are those thoughts even in your head? Like, what happened that you think, what happened that you think that that's what I'm like? Like, are you like getting like AI messages from somebody about me? Because like you can clearly see that that's not who I am if you just open your motherfucking eyes. Like, I did go out when I was in my 20s. I went to a lot of festivals. Festival season was like a new, what was it, like super new? But like I was like going to festivals with my husband at the time, right? So it was like when you think you're with your best friend, you have a lot more fun because you can just like relax or whatever, right? It wasn't like I was out like dating all these guys and like hooking up with people at every festival or anything. So yeah, basically I don't know what these motherfuckers is doing. But the last couple weeks I have been gone because they literally called the cops on me while I was sleeping in my motherfucking bed after I had just been drugged. Now, I just found out that I was drugged yesterday. I just found this out. Okay, so I'm sitting in my house. I fucking invasively pick up on somebody's timeline. And when I say invasively, I mean I was not comfortable with the information that I was receiving. I was not asking for it, and I was certainly trying to stop getting more information. But some chick's timeline hopped up, and it was playing like a fucking reel, man. Like some weird shit. I don't even want to get into it, but it was just one of those things where you're like, okay, maybe this is something I should be a little concerned about, because jealousy is dangerous. And there's just like a lot of people, females in particular, but older guys and females, like older guys want to like grope me and rape me, which has happened. But then there's like the females that are like, I want to like backstab this bitch because she's getting attention. And it's like, okay, listen, here's an idea. If I'm getting attention, why don't you pay attention to what I'm doing and then do it? And then you'll get attention. Because I promise you, I'm not putting in any effort, okay? Most of the time, I'm trying to play myself down because I don't want the attention. I don't like getting a bunch of attention. Like, I like to dress like a fucking bum and walk around without makeup on. You think I'm looking for attention? Like, no. I'm not. Sometimes I like to get dressed up and I'll take a selfie or some shit like that, but it's rare. It's rare. You guys see me on my TikTok. That's pretty much me every day. And now I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, the old men and the jealous bitches. So this is what I've been dealing with. Real threats from real people that are happening simultaneously from different angles. So I've got my work shit, I've got my parents' shit, I've got my older sister lying to the police and trying to get court cases and legal documents against me that are going to incriminate me, and I say incriminate as in make up some fake shit that looks like it's incriminating me, because I can prove all that shit's not true. And then, I don't know, it's just jealous bitches and old men. Eastern Stars, Masons, they're old ass motherfuckers in my life that think that because they've been somewhere for a long time, they can inflict their little network of goons to control my life. Like, meanwhile, you haven't learned anything new since 1992. And you think that because your years of experience makes you a better person. You don't even know how to use a computer the right way. You serious? Are you serious? Listen to yourself. You don't know how to use a computer the right way, but you're trying to tell me about life right now? let's not play games. Let's not make ourselves look dumb. Okay? Let's be real. It's not giving what you think it's giving. It's not. It's giving, I'd rather take the whole ship down with me. Like, that's what it's giving. So I'm battling all of those things right now. To make matters worse, someone's been breaking into my house. So the night before I went to the hospital, I went to open my door. I have a sliding door off of my bedroom to go to the balcony where I let my dog out because she's too fucking old to go down 4 flights of stairs every hour. And when I go to open the door, the whole handle has been unscrewed. And by whole, I mean one of the 2 screws was down, so it was just hanging. And I'm like, okay. I open this every fucking day, and I didn't even notice that it was loose. So the fact that it's been completely screwed off without it even being loose or anything, and the screw is missing, shows that someone has let themselves into my bedroom. That was the night before I went to the hospital. This is when I got the information about the chick's timeline that I was like, not, and I promise you, I don't want to know. Like, it sounds sad, actually. And not in a funny way, just like, yeah. So yeah, basically, I'm sitting there, like, I'm so high into space, and I do mean space. Like, I truly went to fucking space. And I kind of, like, peeked over, and there was, like, this pink and purple, like, haze, dark haze. And then there were actually mountains. And I promise you, it's something I've never seen before. And when I looked over, I was like, I can't register what I'm looking at. I've never seen anything like this. And that's when I started floating in space, where it's like super dark. And I was like, oh shit, am I a star now? Because I didn't have like a body. Like, it was just my head. It was just in my head, like my thoughts. But it was like I was there. And I'm like, am I a fucking star now? And it was really weird, but it was very cool. And I picked up a lot of things. I learned a lot of things. Like, downloads when you're in that state of mind happen so fast that you don't have to worry about like recording anything. And this is how I know people fuck with me, because whenever I have these moments where and I want to say it's almost like if you've ever watched That's So Raven, it's almost like that. Like, it's like a premonition, but it happens in like 3 seconds. And it's like a download in your head, like a memory. Like, you can just recall it immediately. So when people put drugs in my system or take me to the hospital where I get drugged, my memory gets wiped completely. I can't remember anything. And that is a problem. Because obviously, the information that I'm receiving is there for a reason. Like I said, I think I tapped into that girl's timeline for my own safety and caution. But when I tap into things like that, I remember all of it. And when somebody is doing something, I want to say synthetically, or like without my like consent, I lose it. I can't remember anything. There's like whole days in a row that I can't remember. So that's how I know when I've been fucked with, by the way. If I can't remember anything, that means somebody did something. So I'm sitting there and I can remember everything. And I'm like, okay, like things are good. And then my brother comes and he's like, oh, like I'm helping you. And I remember talking to him on the phone, but I don't remember the conversation. So this is where things start to get hard to remember. And he's like, oh, well, I'm going to come over and make sure you're okay. And my brother at this time was like one of the only people that I still trusted. Because, like, honestly, I'm just disappointed. And sad. But he came over. He said he was trying to help me take my medication. It wasn't bedtime. My bedtime is at 12:30 a.m. minimum. A lot of times it's a lot later. So it wasn't my bedtime. And then I come out of my room to go into the bathroom. It's like a master, so there's like, you know, attached. But it's like, oh, well, here's your pills. And I didn't think anything of it. I was like, no, you know, like I'm not going to take the pills until my bedtime. He's like, all right, you're sure? And I'm like, yeah. And then he was like, oh, you're going to take your pills? So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to take my pills. I go to open my pills and they're all mixed together. Like I have 3 or 4 pills. I have Adderall that I don't use because I haven't needed it because I'm just at home, like chillaxing, right? Like trying to do like low key stuff. The other pills were mixed together and they're all different sizes. So you can tell right away, like these are, and it was like they were evenly distributed in the 3 bottles. And so I'm like, okay, this is not okay. Like my medication is mixed up. I can tell that it's been tampered with, and now I'm fucking paranoid because you're in my house. You just did this, like, and yeah, I basically like freaked out at him, and I was like, you just need to leave him. By freaked out, I mean I yelled at him, and then he was like, oh, you want to hit me? And this is why I feel like they're trying to set me up. Because it's like, why is that even on your radar? Like, why do you think I'm going to hit you? Like, I want you to leave so that I don't have to continue to have you in my energy. What makes you think I want to touch you? Are you serious? Why would I even want to touch you? I don't want any of whatever you're serving. Like, that is not the kind of contact I want to have. I don't want to touch you, okay? And so he went out, and then I had actually taken a pill because I know I have these really big ones that they had just given me. And I'm like, well, I know for sure what this is. So I actually took it, and I kind of choked on it a little bit. And this is when I made a post on my X account, because I was just like, you know what? Like, I just noticed that they keep changing my medication at these weird fucking times. Like, all of a sudden, they'll send me a code, and they had sent me something like a day before that, and it had like a green check mark, and it was totally different, like formatting and everything. And it was like, oh, come pick up your pills. And it just seemed out of place. Like, it seemed like it was like a phishing text in there. And I was like, this is fucking creepy. Like, I'm just going to post this for reference, like, just to have this data later, you know? But then I tried to go to sleep, and, like, time was moving so slow because I was processing so fast that I looked at the clock, and my clock, I swear, I felt like 2 hours went by, and then I would look at the clock, and it would be like 3 minutes. And I was just like, how is time moving this slow? And I started freaking out because I was like, I have to hang on to this information. I have to hold this timeline in my head, this like information that I have. But I don't want to go to sleep or like mess it up, right? So I stay up until daylight because I'm like, I know if I can make it till daylight, then everything is actually like coded in my head, and I can just relax. You know, I don't have to worry about like something weird happening at night. Now, mind you, my door has still been broken into. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm laying there, finally going to sleep, having the weirdest fucking dream about me being a major to these like Australian transfer students. And it almost felt metaphoric because I do have students literally on the other side of the world, and it was almost like they were like switching places for a second. But I was trying to like catch them up to speed on like how you like communicate and stuff in each other's countries, because it is very different. And I basically was like, I was dreaming, like I was laying flat out on my bed with my hands out. My phone was who knows where, because I was finally not looking at my phone. I was chilling, sleep, right? I start getting phone calls from my cousin, and this is a cousin that I trusted. And I'm starting getting phone calls. I'm like, oh, well, something must be wrong. Like, let me answer the phone. Like, I don't answer the phone for people when I'm sleeping. But he was, like, calling me. So I was like, okay, like, something else going on. So I answer the phone, and he's like, where are you? Where are you? And he's, like, yelling. Like, where are you? What are you doing? And I'm like, I'm laying down in my bed. And he's like, oh, I'm outside. I'm outside. And I'm like, okay. So I go outside and let him in. And he comes in, like, what are you doing? Where's your medication? Like, this motherfucker's yelling at me in my house like I'm his fucking kid. Right? And I am literally just took a medication, I was asleep when he fucking called, and now he's coming into my house trying to get loud with me. And like I said, like, I'm a very polite person. Like, I can easily talk you down and kick you the fuck out, but like, for what? Like, I don't want to hold that energy. So I was just kind of like calmly being like, all right, like, I'm gonna go upstairs and show you my medication and show you what I'm doing so you can leave. Nope, this motherfucker tried to convince me, and successfully convinced me, to walk out of my house to get into an ambulance and go to a fucking hospital. The police were there. They gave me like all these questions. They asked me like 40 fucking questions. Every question I answered was the right answer. And I remember this because they were like, what year were you born? They were asking me those questions, and I was answering them without slurring or anything. So this is why I know my memory is still good. When I get to the aid car, I walked out to the aid car. When I get to the aid car, I sit on the gurney, and somebody, and I couldn't see who they were clearly, but somebody walks up around behind me and pricks me with a fucking needle. And I, at this point, I'm like, whoa. That was through my clothes. That was without consent. I'm not even hostile. What is going on? And I was like, who just like, what's going on? And nobody would answer. People literally were just like, it didn't happen. Like, they didn't say like, oh, that's your medication. This. No, they just literally didn't say anything. And that was the freakiest thing for me, because my biggest fear right now is somebody trying to give me an STD. Like, I've had this weird eerie feeling in my head that like there's an STD going around and like somebody's trying to give it to me, which like I don't have to worry about because I'm not like active like that, but it still is like, it was on my mind, especially then, because I'm like, okay, like what did they just put in my body? And I can feel the needle, so it's not like a fake situation, right? And I'm like, what is this? They're like, oh, don't worry about it. And so we're sitting in the 8 car going. We start driving. All of a sudden we get to this hospital to like go in, obviously, to the ER, and we're sitting outside of the ER for like, I want to say at least an hour and a half, like literally just sitting there. And there's one guy ahead of us, and the 2 sliding doors are closed, so you can't even go in, and it's glass, so you can see what they're doing, but you can't go in. And this guy is literally sitting there talking about he wanted to be seen for some shit. He didn't even need to be seen. It wasn't an emergency. He was just like trying to get in there. And it was like, bruh. And not that I need to get in there either, but it was just like, what's going on? So finally, I get in there and I pass out on the bed. I pass out on the gurney before we even go through the like ER gates. That is my last memory. My memory completely wipes out that. I don't remember going into a room. I don't remember talking to anybody. I don't remember doing anything. I wake up, who knows how much later, probably hours, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta pee. And I wake up and I realize I'm laying on basically like a metal table with like, you know, like not a real fucking bed, like a hospital, like not even like a real hospital bed, like something else. And I'm like, I gotta pee. So I get up and I'm looking around. I'm in a locked room. I can't get out of this room, and I'm looking, trying to see who's in the hallway. There's nobody. And I'm just like, okay, this is kind of weird, like, and I'm looking around like, I gotta pee, and I look to the side, and they have a fucking bedpan there, and some fucking moist towelettes. Like, they literally want me to pee in a fucking bedpan on camera, because there's a camera up in the corner, like a fucking dog. This is how they treat people. Now, mind you, what the fuck did I even do to you hoes? What law did I break? What violation did I have? What gives you the fucking right to take someone out of their house and treat them like this without consent, right? I'm not a child. I didn't harm anybody. Like, what the fuck is going on? So I'm sitting there. I obviously have to go to the bathroom, so I'm just like, whatever. Like, honestly, I'm not gonna say I'm a nudist, but like, I truly don't care. Like, I don't see bodies as sexual. I see them as bodies. Like, so I'm going to use the bathroom, and when I go to use the bathroom, I pull down my shorts, and they're covered in blood. Covered in blood. Like, so the first thing I'm thinking is, how long have I been sitting here? Because I didn't even notice that I'm bleeding. That's how I knew I was there for a long time, because I don't have a heavy flow, and I hadn't even started my period yet. So that means my period started, and then it was going. Like, that takes a long time for me. So I don't know how long I was there. I don't know when I woke up, but I do remember that moment, and I remember seeing my shorts, and I remember thinking, like, this is, like, awful. And that is the only memory I have. I don't have a memory of taking them off. I don't have a memory of someone saying something. I don't have a memory of anyone coming into that room at all. The next time I wake up, it's in a different location. What the fuck? I have no memory of anything leading up to getting to a different location. And once I'm in that location, they want to keep me there. And I think I was there for like 15 fucking days. Now, what are they doing there? They're giving me a bunch of medications as an experiment. Like, this is some, like, Mockingbird fucking sabotage ass. Like, I'm not going to say it's some MK Ultra shit, because I feel like that shit is old. But it's definitely some, like, experiment type shit, right? Like, they're giving me like cough syrups that when I drink the cough syrup, I can feel it. Like, it felt like it was like drinking like like cleaning solution. I could feel it going down and like curling around my stomach. Like that shit was weird. And they're giving me all the stuff. I have no memory still. I don't know what was going on for the first couple of days. And then slowly they start titrating my medication, and they get me down to like 4 medications now. But like all of them are things I haven't taken except for one of them. I finally get to sleep, or I finally get to like speak and like have like voice for myself. I'm like, I have a psychiatrist that I've been working with for years that will tell you that what you're doing is incorrect and wrong, because I literally have a system where I've gotten through these things, and furthermore, my medication doesn't need to be changed. I was put in a hostile situation. And they're not listening to me because apparently somebody told them that I came in heavily medicated on amphetamines. What amphetamines? What the fuck amphetamine? Again, you guys see my TikTok. You see me come into my stream. I'm chilling. I'm not hyper. I'm not running around. What the fuck do I need an amphetamine for? I've been at home every fucking day doing TikToks. Like, I'm tired after 15 minutes of just like practicing a dance. You really think I'm taking fucking drugs? So they were told that I was on a lot of amphetamines. Who knows what they said? Because they took me, because they said this, they took me to a place where they, like a rehab basically, like where people were literally detoxing off of fentanyl and shit. Like that's where they fucking took me. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, at least for now, I know that I'm going to be in this place for a minute. Because it had already been a couple days, and they only do like a certain amount of time. Like they do like 3 days, and then after 3 days you have to stay for at least 2 weeks. It's like pretty standard. Because they're giving you all these medications, and they have to watch you. So I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, all I can do is try and like ignore these people, because we are not the same, and get the fuck out of here, right? And I try to be positive about it. You know, I'm like a happy, jolly person usually, so it's kind of hard for me to just like be like upset. But towards the end, like I spent like the last 3 days in bed for like 22 hours. Like I wouldn't even get out of bed, because I was just like, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna go out there, and somebody's gonna start some shit. And sure enough, I go out to go to the gym, because the gym is like the one thing I can do. They have like bikes and stuff like that you can ride, and like games you can play and stuff like that. So I was just like, I'm gonna go out there and get some exercise, like a yoga mat and stuff. I come back, we're sitting in the gym, this guy's playing songs. Here's another fucking playlist issue. This guy's playing songs on his iPad for us, and they're like, oh, what song do you want to play? So the song comes on that this girl was playing. She spent like 2 whole minutes searching for the song. Like, it was like dead silent, and people were like, just pick a song. And she's like searching for this song, and I don't know why it was taking her so long, but she couldn't find it. So everybody's like, just pick a song. So finally, she picks a song. The song she picks on is Ass. Okay, it's Ass. But it's been playing now for at least 2 minutes. Anybody that's been out, that goes to sets, they see DJs, they go to concerts, they know you don't usually play the whole fucking song. You play some of it, you play the chorus like twice, and then you switch it up. So that had happened. I was playing a song, everybody knew I was next. I go to put on a song. Tell me why this bitch physically runs over to the iPad, snatches it, and is like, why'd you change my song? And she's like in my face, like legitimately like this far away, like trying to fight me, physically fight me. And we were like chest to chest, and she's like, no, and I'm like slightly taller than her, so I could like kind of look down at her, and I was just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you look stupid right now. Like, what's your problem? And then the guy that was working, like, obviously comes over, he's like, break up. So that happened. We go back into the, like, there's like a long hallway to go back into like the main area, and we get there, and once again she comes up out of nowhere, and she's like, you changed the song to, like, why are you still thinking about it? Like, was that song your lullaby? Like, I don't understand why you are still thinking about that song. Like, you want to put it back on right now? Like, nobody gives a fuck. She comes up to my face, again, like right here, and she's standing in my face like this. And she's like, da 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 da. And I'm just like, this bitch is not gonna hit me, but you can tell she wants to. And she's been a pain in the ass to everybody. She was like yelling at the staff and like doing all this stuff. So she came out and is like pushing up on me, and she literally like goes to shove me, but she tried to do like a bitch shove. So she was like this, like she like shoved me, but at the same time as shoving me, she like pushed herself back. Like I guess that was her technique, to like shove me and then push herself back so she could run. Like who does that? So the guy is standing right here, because we're still like walking down the hallway. The guy's standing right here, I'm here, and she's right here. So she does like a shove run. As soon as she shoves me, this guy sees what's going on. He tries to step in the middle, but she's still running this way, and her arms were just out. So I fucking grab her arm, pull her this way, and I almost socked her in the face, but I decided, because I know my own power, that I didn't want to break nobody's face or give nobody no bruises. So I turned my hand out like this, so it would be more like a backhanded slap, like a knuckle slap, you know, which was successful. But then I felt like an animal, because it's like, why did you make me do that, you know? And now I can get in trouble for being the violent person that everybody's trying to say I am, when you're like attacking me. And like, I kid you not, this person was fighting with everybody. This person was fighting with everybody. It was awful. It was awful. So that's pretty much how the hospital situation went. I come back home and I noticed that my room has been rearranged. Like this couch, I washed all the sheets and everything, like all the pillow covers and everything. But this couch was like, the pillows were rearranged. The spare bedroom was rearranged. Like you could tell somebody was like in the bed. And again, my handle on my door is still off. Somebody stole my doorbell a long time ago, my Ring camera, and then they've been trying to like knock the handle off of my front door. So this is like actual like intimidation techniques, or like harassment, that I've been trying to report to the police, and I've been trying to get people to listen, to be like, oh, like this is actually serious. But I feel like people, one, they think I'm actually crazy, because the people that they think are the most knowledgeable about me are just like literally lying and trying to sabotage me for their own good. And then there's fucking the hospital things where they're like, oh, well, you've been diagnosed with with this thing and like all this stuff. And it's like, okay, but like if I was diagnosed, how come all this shit is actually true? You know? And then furthermore, when I went to the hospital, and I feel like the hospital was a setup too, because they took me in an ambulance. It, like, they pricked me with a needle, so let's not forget that. They took me to the ambulance, and they drove by 3 fucking main hospitals in the city to go to a university hospital. A university that I will not mention, because you guys already know. And that was the shit experience that I had. That doctor is the one that said that I tested for amphetamines at a high level. Like, they literally said amphetamines high level. And then it said unidentified amphetamine. So you don't even know what the fuck it was. It wasn't Adderall, because I have Adderall. That's the only amphetamine I have, and I haven't taken it for like months. And then we have, what? I don't smoke anything. I don't fucking drink. I have weed, but like, that's obviously not an amphetamine. And so it's just like, where did the drug come from? Or are you fucking making it up? Because now you're putting me in a situation where I'm around drug addicts. And that's not the situation I need to be in if I'm having like an enlightened or like heightened like sentient experience that you don't even fucking understand, because you don't want to do any new research. Right? Ugh. So this is my life right now. And this has been the last 5 years, but that's obviously like the last like 5 months or so, plus like when I started with 2020. So yeah, I don't know. I'm in positive spirits. I feel like, look at my Thanksgiving breakfast that I haven't eaten. I've been holding this grape the whole time, but I can't talk and eat at the same time. But yeah, I told my family, I said, if you guys really care about what happened, if you really feel like there's something that you want to know, or like, I'm not going to give you the opportunity to derail the conversation, because that's all you guys ever try to do is like defend your actions when you don't have the baseline and you don't have the capacity to understand, because you don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, it doesn't exist on your radar in life to have these types of experiences yet. And the whole reason why I'm here doing these streams and trying to fucking theorize what the fuck is going on, Body Things Thursday, is because I'm experiencing it and I'm living it out as the text says it happens. It'd be one thing if I was having these sporadic experiences and it was like, well, what was that? Oh, I think I saw that. This is happening on a timeline. And it's not just happening on a timeline, it's happening on a timeline that I've seen already. And it's not like, oh, vision, but it's like checkpoints in my body that I can feel like, oh, okay. And that's why I'm grateful for everything that's been going on, because I truly don't think if I hadn't had these experiences that I would be in the state of mind that I am. Like, I'm so sure of what I'm doing now. It's unreal. Like, I feel like for the first time, people are like, what's my purpose? And I used to like journal this all the time. Like, I try to manifest it. Like, I just want to have a purpose. I just want to have something that like I have to do, that like I can't not do. And this is literally that, because it's like my brain isn't going to give me the choice. I have to do this shit. Now, sharing it with other people and trying to teach it to other people is one thing, but my experience in trying to figure this out for my own sanity and safety, it's not a negotiable thing. And that's why I've cut pretty much everybody off in the most polite of ways, let me say, because the amount of harassment that I have endured over my lifetime from the people that are supposed to be my family and protect me and like stand up for me, it's embarrassing. It really is. It's always been embarrassing. And I try to just pick out the bits and pieces of them that look presentable to other people. Because yeah, it's like if you're trying to come up in the world, you're trying to make yourself look like a normal person, talking about family drama, that ain't it. And we all are political people. We all have like positions in the community that are like, I won't say well known, but like obviously I'm a teacher. Like, there are a lot of people that fucking know me. I've had hundreds of kids by now. And yeah, I don't know. Shit's fucking weird. But I'm grateful for the fact that I'm so clear-headed. I am concerned about my medication still, because I didn't replace it yet. And I can replace it, but I just keep forgetting, because I'm not on Adderall. But I need to go pick it up. I was going to go to Safeway today and get some more ingredients, because I wanted to make chili. I'm making chili. So I'm trying to clean out my pantry. I think I told you guys that. Like, my canned goods and things like beans and stuff like that, where I'm just like, I don't need to keep toting this. So I'm like, I'm just going to like try and make something that uses a lot of the ingredients. So I've got like stewed tomatoes and like tomato paste and like seasonings and beans and stuff like that. So I'm just going to do that. But I need to get some produce. So I went to the store, I got produce. But I didn't feel like making anything else. And this chili is literally a 5-quart fucking crock pot of chili, like pretty much all the way to the top. So I wanted to make Mexican corn on the cobs to go with it, because I really like Mexican corn on the cobs, like the kind you get from the fairs. But I needed to go to the store to get the right kind of cheese, and I didn't. So now I'm like, what am I going to have in my chili? Because I also wanted to do a baked potato in chili, but I forgot to get sour cream. I have like a very small amount of sour cream, but it's not enough to get me through a whole baked potato, because I like big baked potatoes. But the chili's going to be good. I was going to also then, like, because I'm going to have chili for the next couple of days, I was going to have chili dogs, but I don't have hot dog buns, because Costco only sells like a shit ton of hot dog buns, and I was like, I'm not buying this at Costco. I dropped some money at Costco yesterday. It felt very nice. I feel so financially free right now. Like, I don't like to brag, but I've been really responsible with my money. And I've made, like, that for the first time in my life, well, last year was the first time in my life. The second time in my life, by way more money, I have actually gained money from not working. And I'm not talking about being on administrative leave. I mean, having enough savings that my money is making money.
And it's like, it's super cool because it's like you just look at it at the end of the year and you're like, damn, like I can actually buy something pretty cool with this. And it's perfect timing because I'm moving out of here by the first of the year because I want to be completely out of here for the new year. And that just happens to rhyme. But it's going to help me like with my moving and everything because I need to get movers. I'm not going to try to move this shit by myself. Like I'll wear myself out and that'll be like, it'll be too much. But yeah, so I'm going to get some movers. And then I've been super excited about decorating my new place. Like, y'all know I love interior design. And this place kind of just got thrown together because, you know the story. I just have a bunch of stuff that came from other places. And it was just like a weird, eclectic group of things that were never really meant to, like, be together. And I just kind of made it work. But I really like interior design. And I've been, like, fantasizing about my new place. And, like, I already love it. And like I think I told you guys, like I like small spaces. I've had studios before and I was really happy in them. But this is a 2-bedroom with a wood-burning fireplace and a yard. And I have never had that combination. I've had a yard, I've had 2 bedrooms, I've had a wood-burning fireplace. Actually, when I lived on Lake Washington, I also had a yard, a garage. But this place has a parking spot. It's like got covered parking and open parking, so I can always do that. And the fact that I have a yard that's functional, because my other place didn't have like a private yard, it was like a shared yard. This is a private yard that's completely like just mine, and so I'm gonna get like a hot tub and maybe a bonfire pit. But I don't know if I need 2 fires, like one inside, one outside. And then I'm gonna get like one of those like canopy chairs, you know, that like it looks like a pod and it swings.
Full blood resurrection.
Well, that was the gun. And I think I'm gonna finish. Because this is the longest stream I've ever done, I think. Minus like the Alki one where I got stuck on the beach. But, yeah, my chili's been cooking. I'm not gonna be, it's just crock potting now. It's got a few hours to go. I finished it at like 10:30. But yeah, like I feel really good, you guys. I'm not suicidal. I don't do drugs. Like, you guys know I smoke weed. I don't like to say that out loud because my kids watch my streams and I don't want them to smoke weed. But it is something, because I do get so hyped up, that brings me down. That isn't a pill. Okay, like a lot of people are like, oh, well, you need to take medication for that. No, weed is natural. Pills are not. Okay, just like use your brain. So that's what I do. But that's it. Like I said, there are people actively trying to harm me. There are people that are trying to get like my inheritance. There are people that are trying to, like, just so you guys know, I do not have a life insurance policy. So if somebody tries to say that they're gonna get a life insurance, or if I end up, something happens, they're like getting life, like, trust me, I've never applied for life insurance. I don't believe in life insurance until you have kids, because life insurance is the reason why people get hacked. And unless you have a designated person that you know you want to give your money to, that you trust, that's not something I want to do. And a lot of people are like, oh, but it's going to be worth so much money. No. I'd rather not be on a list of people to get murdered. It's just not worth it. And I have no problem with having no money. Like, I grew up taking care of my goddamn self. Like, and I mean, I got a job when I was 15 years old. And I've had a job pretty much consistently ever since. Like, I make my money so I can spend my money. If I don't make enough, then I don't buy it. Like, that's just how it is. So, I hope you're as excited for me as I am for me. Like I said, like, jealousy is really dangerous. I don't want anybody to think that, you know, I'm making fun of them to be like a hateful person. Like, this is truly factual, and I don't think it's debatable. So, with that, I'll see you guys on the next one. Sunday stretching. Adios.